Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch, and I am shocked that OKC came back and won this game. I was so sure because they're the second youngest team in the NBA Finals. And the way they got beat up and the way they have kind of wilted on the road, they stole the game in Denver where they were kind of wilting in game four. They stole the game in Minnesota up 2-1 when they were wilting. I say Indiana's not going to let them off the hook. Not Indiana, and they smell a title, team of destiny, Siakam, Halliburton, maybe co-MVPs, and they were up in the fourth quarter 7. I think it was 87-80. And I said, man, this game is over. Because I remember they got a 5 the last game in the fourth quarter, and that was it. And they just took off and finished them. Never got to 10 or 11. Okay, so he hung in there mentally. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I believe he scored the last 11 points. 15 in the fourth quarter. He was solid. When I tell you where Indiana kind of, I don't want to say it choke, but they kind of fell apart. It wasn't as much choke as OKC walked them down like Indiana did them in game one. But that foul by Neesmith was bad with 3:34 left. That was costly. That was such a terrible, over aggressive foul. And he hits the free throws. And Halliburton makes a shot. But Gilgeous-Alexander hits a huge three to cut to one with 2:58 left. Now you've given OKC hope now. OKC like, okay, I don't think we're going to win this game. And then Shea Gilgeous-Alexander makes a step back shot. It was a travel, but the problem was everybody takes Halliburton does nothing but 3-step 3-point shots. So they don't. If it was a game, if it was kind of the league where that's getting called all the time, I'm complaining. But they don't call it. You can take 3 steps, and they count it. It's just the way it is. I don't like it, but that was a great shot by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That was a clutch basket, so I give him that. Then they ended up hitting their free throws, all their free throws. Once they got the lead, and Nembhard missed a shot. Halliburton misses a shot. Miles Turner was trying to shoot a 3-pointer when he could have went inside. And Siakam never touched the ball in the fourth quarter. You're a champion, the one guy with the championship. And they end up winning. They held on defensively. Chat Holmgren. I told you the guys, he's a thin dude. That guy's a dog. Shot blocking, getting rebounds, doing what he had to do. And they end up tying the series, which I've never thought they had a chance to do. At 111-104, I just was like, I didn't think they had it in them to win this year. I knew they're probably a championship team. But do you know the difference between going down 3-1 with all the pressure in the world and then thinking maybe we can close them out in their building to 2-2 with new life and new confidence? Hey, even though Indiana throws all those haymakers, hits all those, Indiana never misses corner 3-point shots. All that confidence, all that work Indiana put in, and OKC still won. That is going to be the Thunder Arena is going to be rocking game 5. But in this game, Jalen Williams was solid. This time he was 8 for 18, made his layups. I complained that he missed his layups. He made his layups. But another thing they did, because they were tired, SGA was tired. They wore him out with their ball pressure. Because Jalen Williams could play point guard, they had him do it. And for whatever reason, Indiana, I think they got caught with their pants down, strategy-wise. And Carlisle's never like that. But Jalen Williams brought the ball up. SGA is coming off the ball, which got him fresh. So he was able to make that tough layup. He's able to have the legs for a 3-point shot. He's able to make all his free throws. He's able to make that nice step-back move. And that subtle adjustment by Dagnall, who's really showed me how great young coach. Is he the new Pat Riley? Oh, my goodness. He went toe-to-toe with Carlisle. Carlisle's got him most of the series, but He got Carlisle this time by switching up, and they didn't adjust. And sometimes Indiana, they can have a tendency to play hero ball, like Nimhard try to take that three 3-point drive, and OKC went to their star. Indiana went to all their other players, and then Halliburton. That has got to be a Halliburton versus all. Said Halliburton's so unselfish, but in that situation where it's just 1-on-1, 2 minutes, everything broke down, everybody knows your plays, you need your stars to touch the ball. Halliburton and Siakam have to both take that, get that game home, get up 3-1. Now you're going to be the world champs. Now, geez, they could win a game. It would be easier to win game 5 than game 7. I can tell you right now, it's winnable if Halliburton goes off in the fourth. And they do what they did in game 1, but man, it's going to be hard. But I hope somehow, some way, that OKC wins game 5, Indiana will win game 6 regardless. And then we get an epic game 7 because now both teams are trying to win their first championship, and it's back and forth. The drama, the intensity. Hopefully, they let them play a little. The rebound, all the offensive rebounds, the 50-50 balls. SGA, Halliburton, SGA, Halliburton, making plays at the end of the game. Who's going to be the one with the last bullet to make that shot and win their first championship? That's what I hope is going to happen. I'm glad I'm wrong because and the NBA needed it. Down 3-1, nobody's watching it. Never think an NBA guy. But now even the diehards like me going to watch it. But even the casuals might be. I think I'm going to take a look at 5, 6, and 7 if it goes that far, hopefully. And now you got more viewers, and now you put more attention on your sport. So now it's just not the big dogs, the little markets are now getting more attention. So that's a good thing. And I'll give you an example. Hockey. I watch when my New York Rangers are not in, I don't watch it. But I said, it was a couple of great overtimes. Florida beat Edmonton in a game 2. Edmonton beat them up in game 1. Florida stole the game in game 2 and destroyed them in game 3. Now they're up 3-0 and headed toward the third quarter, ready to go 3-1. They're probably getting ready to win a championship, getting their championship parade set up. Edmonton comes all the way back, ties the game. They go up 4-3. The goalie and their defenseman mess the puck. They mess up getting the puck out of their zone and make a mistake. Florida ties the game. It goes to overtime. Okay. That's it. Series over. They blew it. That's a nice comeback. They get the goal on the road. The goal 2-2. Courage. Edmonton. Gretzky's like the analyst. I know he was happy. And now I'm going to watch tonight because it could be an epic game 7 in that series. So that's a good thing. But anyway, I hope OKC wins because they don't win, Indiana's closing out 6. I hope OKC could. And I think they'll play with a lot more confidence. And the guys who would just miss shot after shot after shot, the Wallaces and the Joes, probably going to hit more. They're home. Wallace and Joe and Wiggins are going to make shots they've been missing all throughout the game 3 and 4. And you'll see a better shooting percent from OKC. And the defensive intensity will be ramped up. So I think they just have to avoid the goofy plays in the fourth quarter, which will allow a guy like Halliburton to break your heart. Because listen, Indiana's going to play. They know they got to try to get game 5 to try to close the sucker out in game 6. But man, you got now. You blew. If they don't win the series, they'll rue the day they blew this game 4 with a 7-point lead. It could have been a 10 or 11. But anyway, this is going to be. I got a feeling this is going to be a really great series. This has been great so far. back and forth and competitive. So I like the trajectory of the series.